We're here to define what a man is, right?
Responsibility creates struggle, struggle creates strength, and strength creates structure.
How many people care about what people think about them? Be honest.
As a man, you got to be able to protect not just yourself, but your family.
When we talk about being a man, it's your behaviors.
But I don't say any of this to brag. I don't say any of this to gloat my life up or I'm better than anybody.
I start crying. I'm like, why am I crying? And so what I realized was,
you put yourself in a target-rich environment. You are the only woman that paid for a ticket to come to this event.
if you're trying to teach your daughter to be around a certain man and you're not that man yourself, she gonna choose you.
Hey, let me not touch this nigga. He too clean. Where is that on you?
It's not on me.
It's not on you. The only reason why it's not on you is because you didn't choose it.
Find the women who can actually help you build. And here's some deep game for you. You don't have to have sex with all of them.
Since 2016, I've been following Lucario and Miles. Y'all changed my life. Followed by Uncle Ram. So ever since then, I've been getting a little bit of too much ass at times.
As you know, as a man, there's a balance to it. Your purpose and pussy. And the heavier your purpose.
Even if you lose the relationship, you don't lose yourself. And that's the most important part.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little summery today. Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm in my summer mood today. Shout out to everyone. Y'all can be anywhere, but you're here fucking with your boy. What up, Miles? What's going on, fam?
What's up, man?
Man, chilling, enjoying life.
Yes, sir.
Grateful. I remember the first time you were telling dudes be grateful, and that shit stuck with me, bro. It be shit that sounds like it ain't that significant. That's really significant as fuck.
I'm telling you.
So I'm blessed and highly favored, fam. And every day I wake up, I feel exactly that way.
Yes, sir. That's what's up, man. Is that a denim hat you're wearing, nigga?
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, I feel summery, bro. I feel summery.
This nigga wearing the jeans jacket hat, nigga.
That's right, nigga. Hey, bro, I go out of my way to be different, bro. You know what I'm saying? I go out of my way, nigga. I really do and shit.
Hey, nigga, do you, nigga?
That's why I never had a pair of Jordans, bro. Ever.
Yo, well, you know what? I like Jordans. Fuck that. But I never had a pair of Timbs.
Now I got 4 or 5 pair of Timbs.
You got pair. See,
I got multiple pair of Timbs.
We the same, but we different.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm wearing Tim's and New York fitteds and shit like I'm from New York and shit. But anyway, but I love this. And so what's so funny is my favorite rappers and hip hop groups are from the East Coast. It's just something about that style and all that shit that resonates with me for whatever reason.
Yeah, that shit is cool though. That's why. That shit
it is. I can't front. I ain't gonna lie, bro. So let me see. New York niggas was different in the 90s. Y'all New York niggas in the 2000s. It ain't the same, nigga. But
yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't live in New York no more. That's why I left, nigga. That's why I left.
I hear you, fam. So guys, what are we talking about today? We are talking about what really makes you a man. This will test you. So I got a video clip I'm going to share with you guys in just a moment. And I saw this joint on Facebook. And he's a coach. I think he's a basketball coach.
Mm-hmm.
And what it reminded me about is men who either have a weak father in their life or they don't have a father in their life, how masculine mentorship is paramount.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Even if the man doesn't reside in your home, even if it's not a family member, that masculine mentorship is so fucking important. And when they say it takes a village to raise children, I believe that. I really believe that. Real quick, just as an aside, there's a group of friends that I have. We get together periodically and we take weekend fishing trips. It's just the fellas and all our sons.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. no females, no wives, no girlfriends, no fiancés, no daughters, and not only that, but basically the time that we there, we're not speaking to our women. Like we couple of days, you know, other than an occasional picture of the kiddos fishing or something, we ain't. It's just dudes, basically. You know, my oldest son, because I got homies that were business owners and investors, you know, before I got into entrepreneurship, that just had more knowledge about certain things. So I would put my son with them and be like, man, hey, speak to that man right there. He has more knowledge about that than I do. Right. And I want guys to understand that even if you're a father, there's always going to be a man somewhere that can teach your son something that you can't. And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be an uncle, or for you dudes that you're single fathers, okay, believe it or not, sometimes that man that comes into your ex's life, you know what I'm saying, can teach your son something. I know a lot of you niggas don't want to hear that shit, but it's true. Right? So you know, you just got to man up and you know, make sure that your seeds get that tutelage. So without no further ado, before we do that, Miles, I know you got some shit you want to post.
As always, check this out, man. Got that soap for you, man. Got that soap. Hit that QR code and order your soap, Masculine Identity Natural Soap. All right. And then also, guys, we got the $1 summer sale for the Masculine Identity membership. It will be in effect July 1st. July 1st, you'll be able to get the Masculine Identity membership for $1. $1. All right, guys. So make sure y'all go.
If you can put that in a private chat, that way we can make sure that link is prevalent throughout the live joint, Miles.
All right, yeah,
that's all the thing. So guys, right here, get the Masculine Identity soap. Click the link. I'm gonna leave it there for a minute. Click the link. Before we get into the video, let me just shout out some people. So shout out to Wicked Scorpion, Renee P. Hey baby girl, how you doing? Uncle Guns, monogamous player in the building. The Paul 9559 from Singapore. Walk in His Ways Impact Voice Podcast. Let me say something about this brother. This brother is out of Dallas. He lives in Dallas. I believe he's from the South, Alabama or something like that. But he lives in Dallas, and he has a YouTube channel, and he's also prevalent on Facebook. He has a lot of dope guests. If y'all will go check this brother out, Walk in His Ways Impact Voice Podcast, go check him out. Give this brother a look. You know what I'm saying? If you feeling the lineup that he has, the content, definitely subscribe to this brother. Good brother. All right. So real quick, I don't want to forget nobody because I know y'all niggas be like, man, say my name too, nigga. Say my name. No data. Duke Lux was good. Frankie Shy was good. Danny P. Who else we got up in this motherfucker? I know I saw some names pop up. G-Dog UK from across the pond. BD. I'm not gonna say your name, dog, but you know what I'm talking about. The Eclectic Man. Who else we got up in here? Louis Piazza was good with you, fam. Who else we got up in here? Who else we got? Uncle Guns was good. Who else we got? Gibbo 5, 6-star. These names, y'all be clever with these names. Cleveland bus driver uppercut. These names, yo. All right, Mr. Go Blue. Okay, real quick, let me do this real quick. Let me put this in a joint for people to see. All right, y'all, here we go. Hey, I'm putting the link in a joint for Miles's summer sale. The Masculine Identity Membership.com discount sale. It's in a joint. So y'all go ahead and get up on that. Linwood, Coffee Brown, Mr. Real Truth TV. What's good? Okay, so here we go, man. Let me get to this clip. And guys, I need y'all to listen to this gentleman. He said some real shit.
So these two balls look alike, but we won't know what's inside of them until they face adversity. So this ball right here, it doesn't bounce as high. Look the same, but when it gets slammed against adversity, when things don't go his way, when his girlfriend break up with him, when he don't get the number he want, when the play been going to him all week, we make a change on Saturday, when things don't go his way, he pout. He big, he got muscles, he strong, he fast, but he's still a boy. See, Coach said the difference between a boy and a man is a boy do what he want to do, and a man do what he have to do. See, just because you stand up and pee don't make you a man. Just because you can smash every girl in Lexington don't make you a man. Just because you tatted up, you look good, you strong, you got a big truck, that don't make you a man. You just a big boy. A man handles his responsibility. A man will be revealed when he faces adversity. And when you face adversity, what's inside of you, everyone gonna know.
Real
So,
talk.
look, guys, and he said it. Okay, it's not about being tatted up and being 6 foot something, looking like an NFL linebacker. Yeah, you look the part. You look like a grown ass man. But how you act, how you conduct yourself, when you face challenges in life, when you face adversity, because you will, there is no doubt about it. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. You will face adversity. And I just want to point, when you go to the internet, whether it be Twitter or X, I think it's what they call it now, IG, Facebook, YouTube, when you see guys complaining and bitching about everything, these are the guys that could not handle adversity. These are the guys that ran into challenges in their life and they were not able to overcome them. They would rather pout. You got something you want to add to that, Miles? What up, J. Roman?
What up, J. Roman? I like
that.
That shit fire. What's going on, J. Roman? All right. Yeah, nah, it's never been about looks. It's always been what's on the inside. It's always been what's on the inside. That's why Lucario got the book, Looks Don't Matter, right? Because it's always about what's on the inside. It's always about, that's why we say the truth is inside you. That's why we talk about the masculine identity, right? All these things. Nigga, are you directing a music video?
I'm trying to.
He got
that J. Roman way. I'm trying to make sure everybody can see it. It's a dope little background. My bad. My bad.
Appreciate it.
And the manhood is a skill set, and the masculine identity joint is covering people's faces up. So
Right.
I'd rather cover my shit up than cover y'all up. I'm just trying to be a hospitable host.
Oh, let me put on the phone lines too. But yeah, it's all about what's on the inside, though. Seriously, it's all about what's on the inside. And the analogy that he made was fire with the two basketballs. Both of them look the same, but when one gets slammed to the floor, one gonna bounce high, one gonna bounce low. And and again, what we were talking about from the beginning, that feeds into your ability to be grateful. You understand? Because a lot of people look at life and adversity and difficult situations, as such a big issue. But it's like, bro, you should really be happy to be alive to even have problems in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Dead motherfuckers don't have no problems. You see what I'm saying? So you should be happy to be alive to even be facing these quote unquote issues, but and a lot of our issues really don't mean nothing, man. I mean, we're going through it, so it seems like everything to us, but there's somebody else going through worse shit. There's somebody else going through something worse. So you always got to keep things in perspective. And the best way, in my opinion, to keep things in perspective is to just be grateful, period, because you don't know what other people are going through. And instead of complaining, try to be grateful for what you do have instead of worrying about what you don't.
Let me say this real quick, and gentlemen, I'm gonna pass it to you. I just want y'all to keep things in perspective. I get Amber Alerts on my phone when little kids are kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
So somewhere, these little kids' families are terrified and scared at what happened to these kids, and
Right.
people are online complaining about someone of the opposite sex. You're complaining about what the fuck a woman wears. You're complaining about a woman's visibility on the internet. You're complaining about a woman's body count, and somewhere there's a little kid missing, right? You got people, when Christmas and Thanksgiving rolls around, people have house fires and lose everything during the holidays, right? You got mass shootings and people dying, and people are complaining about a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I just, to me, that's why I don't feel sorry for niggas. Not at all. Because there are people that got real problems in their lives that are really life-altering events.
Right.
Okay, you worried about a woman's body count or her promiscuity or what the fuck she wearing? That shit ain't no life-altering event. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't even register on the scale of important shit. No, I just want everybody to understand that. You got it, J. Roman.
Just from, I stepped in a little bit later. So just from what you guys are saying, there's a saying I got when people always ask me, how's your day? And I always say, well, I woke up breathing, so it's great.
Right.
So, you know, the thing is that a lot of stuff, bare bones, don't really matter. And it don't really matter to your progression. It don't really matter to you living a fulfilled life. You interacting with individuals for 13 seconds should not make or break your whole day. Period. A hello, how you doing? Or, you know, can't even a whack, can I get your number? And she says no. That should not put you in a position mentally where it just ruins your whole day.
Right.
It's just a drop a day. You mean to tell me somebody you have never seen in your life before can affect your whole day
Right.
just off of a 13-second interaction?
Right.
It just don't really make any sense. So to me, for a lot of guys, it's always, you know, talking about women and making it so much about women. They just don't have enough fulfilling things in their own life that they're accomplishing that are really going to make them satisfied.
We good with the phone line, Miles?
Yeah, the phone lines are up, man. So if y'all want to call in 919-647-9392, 919-647-9392. Go ahead and call in, guys.
Also, guys, since you guys are in here chilling, you might as well hit the like button. It's free.
All right, we got 330. I think this is Jay Sean. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, fellas? Happy Saturday. How y'all doing today?
Yes, sir.
Good,
Chilling,
man.
man. Chilling. Good to hear from you, brother.
Same. Sent in Cash App to you, Miles. I don't know if you've seen
Oh,
it.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. I got it. Yeah, I got it, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the 25, man. I appreciate that, brother.
Of course. So this subject is one that really hits home for me. One thing I really like from the game that you spit, Miles, especially, is how you speak about gratitude.
Yes, sir.
Gratitude is a superpower. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And man, so I used to be an aspiring bodybuilder. And, you know, I was supposed to have moved to Long Beach, California, because I had some pro bodybuilder friends out there. And they told me to come on out so that way they could train me and help me become pro. So I'm like, all right, bet. Next thing you know, life happened. You know, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease called Crohn's disease. And I lost like 75 pounds of muscle in 6 months.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? I was in a hospital in 2014, admitted in a hospital about 24, 25 times. That's not counting hospital visits.
Right.
I visited the hospital at least 30 some times that year. And I ended up losing my job. I got broken up with while I was in the hospital bed. I was homeless. You know what I'm saying?
What is up with these hoes leaving niggas in the hospital? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good.
I feel you, Miles. I feel you.
With these bitches, bro. God damn.
Yeah, man. At my darkest time, man, I never thought that depression could hit somebody like me because I was always optimistic, silly and shit. I like to joke around and stuff like that. But
right.
Going through all of that really fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? I was like diagnosed with depression. And, you know, I didn't know what to do for a minute. But I learned about gratitude.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? I didn't have my body like I used to, but I still had my mind. So I started learning about gratitude. I started learning about like basically weaponizing your adversity. And although I was homeless that year, I was always in the hospital. That same year, I decided to open up online because I found out there was a community of people who's going through the same illness.
Right.
So I was like, all right, let me share my story because maybe my story can help others. I can find others to support because I didn't have a support system.
Right.
And, you know, so I ended up posting my story online. And next thing you know, me being fired from my job, I had like old school man mentality. I always felt that a man should be working. And I didn't think nobody else would hire me because I was always in the restroom. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, what can I do now? I ended up taking up photography. You know, I took some online courses and learned a skill.
Right.
And that same year, while I was always in the hospital, I was able to travel the country, you know what I'm saying, doing photography, being gone 2 weeks at a time, everything paid for and stuff like that. And I say all this to say that everything happens for a reason. And I always say that I've been through too much darkness to be affected by shade. You know what I'm saying? So like anytime.
Whoa, no, you can't say that like that, bro. That's a bar. Say that again a little slower, my brother.
Say that shit again, brother. That's bars, nigga. Goddamn.
Yeah. I've been through too much darkness to be affected by shade.
Yes,
You feel me?
sir. Damn.
And anything that happens to me, I've been through hell. I had to get emergency surgery. You know, I had to get my large intestine removed at 21 years old. I used to have a bag on my stomach. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so you don't have a large intestine?
Nope, just got my small intestine.
God damn. You see what I'm saying?
So,
golly. No, I'm just saying. You see, and I met you before. I didn't know that shit.
Yeah, I know, right? You know, and you can't tell because of how I carry myself. I'm always happy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Even if I'm going through something, I'm always full of gratitude.
Right.
And gratitude, it keeps me balanced. Gratitude keeps me in check. So
yes,
anytime anything happens, you know what I'm saying? I always think back through the hell that I went through. I almost died. That's why I had to get the emergency surgery. I was so skinny, man. I was unrecognizable. Like, I went from people thinking that I was on steroids because I was bodybuilding to people thinking that maybe I was on drugs or that I was dying, which I was because I was so skinny. I lost all that shit.
Right.
You know, so like this topic always hits home for me, you know what I'm saying? And I always use the shit that I went through to help me go forward.
Yeah.
Like, I learned how to network. I learned that, you know, the people you associate with will help propel you to the, you know, where your destination. You
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We did some great networking in Miami when we met at Donovan Sharp CME that year.
That's right.
And we was able to do more things together and chop up more game and accomplish a lot of things together. So definitely, bro.
Let me Colin, let me say something real quick because I don't say this enough.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. Working with and fucking with Miles, Lucario, 50, and Steve, that shit has made a difference in my life. Let me explain what I mean. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
When I very first came to YouTube, I wasn't taking it serious. I was, matter of fact, when I started making videos at first, I would just say, I'm just talking shit. I'm just a dude on the internet talking shit. I would say that, right? And when I met these brothers, I actually began to understand what it meant to have an entrepreneur spirit in a business sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And business acumen. So I learned a lot from just watching these brothers, and I've talked to each of these brothers, you know, on the back end. So I've learned a lot from these brothers, just basically being a fly on the wall and just taking in information, right? So I just want to point that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and same with me, you know, I didn't know a lot about anything, you know what I'm saying, until I started putting myself in those circles and getting, like, networking with people. And that showed me the power that maybe you don't always have everything, and that's okay. But there's always people out there who have what you want, or they can show you the way to get that way, you know what I'm saying? So you got to put yourself in those positions to get in front of those people. And I learned a lot of that when I was always in a hospital, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I wanted to share that story because, you know, gratitude is something I'm always, like, real big on, you know what I'm saying? No matter what I go through, I always think about the hell that I went through, and it could have been worse. You know, people died from that shit. Like, what's his name? Chadwick Boseman, you know what I mean?
Chadwick
he
Boseman
died from colon cancer.
Yep.
You know, and like, I remember when people was talking about him, you know, that kind of hit home for me because, you know, he was looking sickly and stuff like that. People were saying he was on drugs. And little did they know that he was battling colon cancer, you know? So it's like, you never know what anybody is going through, but if anybody is going through any adversity, weaponize that shit, use it to your advantage, because we always go through something that teaches us a lesson, and you either going to, you know, like, manifest and grow from that pressure, or you're going to fold under it. And it's always your choice.
Exactly. Real talk, man. Great story.
I would say this though.
Real quick, Jay, hold on, real quick. My bad. Big Daddy with the 199 caller. He says, "Thank you for sharing your story. Appreciate you." Go ahead.
Always continue to be balanced. You know, I went through not that, but I was homeless for a minute and everything. And you know, when you go through a lot of stuff, you know, you start to get like a lot of things don't bother you, right? People say stuff, people do stuff, and it don't really bother you because you realize, like, dude, this ain't even nothing compared to what I crawled out of. So, it's so hard for me to have a grudge at work. It's so hard for me to have, attitude with people because they don't really mean that much to me. Because I know in the long thought of things, this ain't nothing. However, we still got to maintain a balance and keep your edge. And for people that went through a lot of stuff, I can always see because they got a real smooth personality where it's just like, ain't nothing really bother me. Like, and that's one thing that is an attractive trait to a lot of ladies because, they come and ask me for advice and I got the answer for everything. Because at the end of the day, honestly, if you just keep looking forward, you make your steps and grind things out, you're always going to be in a better position than you were, the day before.
Yep.
And so that, hey, I can just grind out of anything. Yep. But keep a little edge about you. Make sure you keep that balance in your attitude because a lot of people will look at that as a weakness and try to take advantage that you don't really trip over a lot of things. And sometimes you still got to bark at them and say, hold on, I'm still a fucking man standing right here.
Right. Real talk.
Real
talk.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
Well, I ain't gonna take up too much of y'all time, man. I just wanted to get on here and share that story and everything since it was relative to the topic at hand.
Hey, Jay Sean, man, we appreciate you, man, as always, brother. And thanks for supporting the show. And yeah, man, thanks for sharing your story. I'm gonna clip that shit. I'm gonna clip that shit, put that shit up, man. So I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one. All right, be safe.
All right, you too, bro. Yes, sir.
We good on calls?
Yeah, we good on calls right now. Guys, call in 919-647-9392. 919-647-9392. Go ahead and call in, guys. If y'all want to call in and chop up some game.
Also, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat, followed by your question. We have a question or two we're going to get to. But what I want to do, I want to play the video again because some people came in late. I want to play this video again. So for those of you who coming in late, that way you can understand the title and why we're talking about what we're talking about.
So these two balls look alike, but we won't know what's inside of them until they face adversity. So this ball right here, it doesn't bounce as high. Look the same, but when it gets slammed against adversity, when things don't go his way, when his girlfriend break up with him, when he don't get the number he want, when the play been going to him all week, we make a change on Saturday, when things don't go his way, he pout. He big, he got muscles, he strong, he fast, but he's still a boy. See, Coach said the difference between a boy and a man is a boy do what he want to do, and a man do what he have to do. See, just because you stand up and pee don't make you a man. Just because you can smash every girl in Lexington don't make you a man. Just because you tatted up, you look good, you strong, you got a big truck, that don't make you a man. You just a big boy. A man handles his responsibility. A man will be revealed when he faces adversity. And when you face adversity, what's inside of you, everyone gonna know.
Man, so guys, that's some real shit. The moment you come into contact with adversity or a challenge, everyone is going to see what you made of. This is why we tell you guys real quick. When we do the Real Game, No Theory podcast, and we talk about you guys venting to women and crying to women and wanting to be vulnerable and all of that shit, what you're showing that woman is exactly how you handle adversity, right? Because how any of us should handle adversity, but specifically men, how you should handle adversity is find a solution for what ails you. Find a solution for your issue. And anything that comes across you in life that you can't control, let it go.
Yeah.
If you can't change it and you can't influence it, let it go. The worst thing you can do is bitch about something you have no control over. It's dumb. All you're going to do is run yourself ragged, be frustrated, be flustered, be upset, be agitated, be irritated about something you can't control. How silly is that shit?
Right.
I want to point that out.
You can't control any damn way, so what's the point?
No, exactly. So let's go to one of these questions.
And 9 times out of 10, when you're concentrating on things that you can't control, it actually distracts you from concentrating on the things that you can control.
That's facts.
And once you realize that and you really start to look at things and not in a victim's mindset and realize that things you go through might be that circumstance, but not exactly your whole life, then you'll start to see the stuff that you can control and how much control you had on being the person that you are exactly right in the mirror in front of you. And if you don't like that person, you have to realize you had a lot of control in that, and it's time to correct it from that point on.
Right.
Well, even with women, and I know this show ain't about women, but even with women, you can't control what women do, ever. Right? Now, you can have influence, but you ultimately, the woman still has free will to make decisions. So guys run themselves ragged being concerned with what the fuck a woman is doing. See, you might not have control over a woman, but you have control over whether or not she gets an invite into your life.
Facts.
You have control over whether or not she gets to stay. So instead of complaining about what the fuck she's doing, jettison her. Get rid of her. Give her her pink slip and tell her to step. And just move on with your life.
Right.
Like, this is why when a woman wanted to break up with me or divorce me, I'm like, all right, okay. I guess this has run its course. I always tell you guys, when you deal with women in particular, enjoy each other until it's no longer enjoyable for one or the both of you. Right. When it's no longer fun. Now, not every day is going to be a fun day, but when it's no longer fun or it's no longer fruitful, move on from her. Your life will always be a revolving door for people, including women. So we have a question right here. He says, a lady asked to talk to her in another app. Should I try? It's killing me, dog. Look, let me say this real quick. When you actually get some game about yourself and you're actually firmly cemented in who you are as a man, when you actually have an identity, shout out to the masculine identity membership.com, you'll never ask this type of question. Because the decisions you make are indicative of who you are and your identity. You'll know what to do based on who you are and what you want in your life and what you want out of your life. You'll automatically know the women that are for you and the women who aren't. You'll never ask, what should I do? You'll never ask that again. I just want to point that out right quick. So y'all want to respond to that?
A lady asked to talk to her in another app. In another app? Oh, yeah, things like that are a charge for me immediately. I don't. Whenever I'm fucking around on the app, and if she does anything outside what I requested, or she doesn't answer my question directly, I charge immediately, because we got to understand the dating app is like the Wild Wild West. It's a free for all. So anytime a woman is not directly cooperating with you, it really makes no sense for you to continue to talk to her. Period. And I really give no exception, because I've been on dating apps for a very long time, and what I'm saying has never showed me anything different. Each and every time a woman goes averse to what you request or the question that you ask, it never goes well. So if she's not following your instructions from the beginning, you could charge her to the game immediately. So we got 713. You're on live on the Manhood is a Skill Set show. We got K-Zag, J. Roman, and Miles. Name, age, city, and how can we help you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Monogamous 33, Houston, Texas. Baby.
Monogamous play in the building.
What's up?
What's up, brother? How you doing, brother?
Hey, man. Hey, bro. Hey, I just want to say, man, it's always a blessing. I always want to salute guys like y'all, because y'all always trying to help us men out here, or just, people in general. So I just always got to, give y'all a salute. You, K-Zag, and J. Roman, Lucario, Steve, everybody, man. So I just want to, give y'all cigars for that.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. But real quick, and I actually just kind of get into the video, but I went to the beginning of the video and I saw something that you said, K-Zag, and you said that a lot of guys, they might feel some type of way if other men in their life have, some type of guidance or some type of role model-ish, you know what I'm saying, towards the kid, right? But I actually look at that as a good thing, right? Because one thing about like my dad, when I was growing up, my dad had like a lot of close friends, right? And I looked at them as my uncles, right? So one thing about my dad was he was always like in the engineering field. So it'd be some times where he would have to be going away from home for months at a time, or he'll come back on the weekends and stuff like that, right? But the one thing that my dad taught me was to network and build great social relationships. Because my dad had great social relationships, during the times that I was gone, he still had people to look out for me. So I could never get out of line, right? Because if one of my uncles, which is my dad's friend, caught me, then they were going to discipline me like my dad would discipline me, right? But it's because my dad had a good social circle. And then even when I got older, right? Because I'm going to be honest, guys, like as you get old, because I have a son, as my son gets older, there's going to be way more time that he's going to spend away from me because I can't be with him at school. I got to be at work, right? I can't be with him at certain things. So it's going to be more of the knowledge that I put inside of him that he takes on and that he can make better decisions for himself. So even when I played AAU basketball, my dad had coaches that he entrusted, that he relied on, or that he could trust. So when he was gone, I was always in good hands. You see what I'm saying? So I believe in not just two good parents, but two good parents creating a village around their children. And that's the one thing that my dad did. You see what I'm saying? So I was able to learn from other guys. Because even what y'all said, it might be a guy that might know technical stuff better than me. But why would I shadow that away from my son when I want to put my son in every opportunity for him to grow? You see what I'm saying? So that's one thing I always respected about my dad. Regardless of what he was good at and what he wasn't good at, he always put me in a room to where I can grow and I can learn from other people if that's the case. You see what I'm saying? So I believe in two good parents, and beyond two good parents, they create a village around their kids, because there's going to be some times where you're not around due to whatever the case may be. But if you got people looking out for your kids that respect you, then that's another level of parenthood that's added to make sure that your kids have a good path. But what did y'all take on that?
Look, real quick, there's a monogamous. There's this post. I don't know if y'all seen this going around Facebook where this guy shows up at a barbershop because his ex's new boyfriend or husband took his son to go get his haircut. So the guy is in a barbershop arguing with this guy. Why you taking my son to the barbershop? My thing is, nigga, if you was there to take him, or if you was cutting his hair, the other nigga wouldn't need to do it. You know what I'm saying? The little man need a haircut. Look, let me say this, because what a guy could do, if you and a woman are no longer together and he comes into your child's life as the new spouse or significant other of your ex, what he could do is say, fuck them kids. I mean, he could do that. You know what I'm saying? Or he can come in and be like, look, I'm not trying to step on your toes, but your child needs something and I'm in a position to help. You know, I'm not your enemy. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see any men in that post. I watched the post. I didn't see any men in that post. Number one, they did not seem like they had any influence in any part of that situation. Even the guy had to call the woman during that whole conversation, and she said the only reason why this guy didn't see his kid because he didn't pay something with the child support.
What happened with that? Yeah,
personally, I think number one, there's nothing that's going to get me out of what I consider my manhood. Right? It doesn't matter how you act. It doesn't matter how anybody acts. If I feel like this is who I am, this is who I be, that's what I'm going to be. Now, I give a lot of respect for men. And my thing, a man thing to do is to, when you're in a relationship with somebody that has a kid, to introduce yourself to that dude's father. My name is such and such. That's my woman now. Daddy's your kid. Like, I'm not going to take that. But in my household, there's going to be certain rules and stuff like that. We can have a conversation on that. It's best for everybody to be on the same page when raising kids. Now, I would have never took that dude's son to the barbershop. She wouldn't have got me to take him to the barbershop, because I know that's something that a father does with his son. And those are the moments, like our caller is saying, where you introduce him to the barbershop you like, and the gentleman in that barbershop and how they talk. So, you know, to me, that is a father's thing. Now, of course, if the father wasn't doing it or something like that, you know, if he wasn't around, then I would do it. At the same time, though, he wouldn't be around, not because of just child support, because my influence over her would tell her, look, however we're going to handle the child support with the courts or whatever, that is still his father. So we're not going to hold back him seeing his kid because of some paper, because clearly you're fine. I'm taking him to the barbershop, different things like that. So that wouldn't have been the issue. So that whole thing, I'm looking at it and I'm seeing like there is no real men in the whole situation because now you got a guy yelling at you, yelling in the barbershop. People are trying to calm him down. The other guy, oh, let me call the woman. Let me call the woman to settle this. Let me call the woman.
Wow.
Let me call the woman to settle this. It wouldn't have been like that. It wouldn't have been nothing. She said, you're going to take him to the barbershop? Like, hold on, what's up with his dad?
Right.
Let's give him a call.
Yeah.
Let's give him a call. You know what I'm saying? So don't let anything knock you out of acting like a man in these situations. So.
Well, see, okay, so even to your point, because you saw more of the video than I did. To your point, once the father showed up, the guy could have left and be like, hey, you know what? This is your son. I'm not going to sit here and argue about your biological child. Let me go ahead and bounce. Hey, y'all go ahead and spend some time together. Hey, bring him back to the crib whenever, right? And he should excuse himself from the situation. But what he tried, like you said, to your point, he called the mother like, hey, man, your baby daddy here tripping. You know what I'm saying? To me, once he did that, like you said, why you bring no woman into a dispute between two men? Because now the real dispute is between the baby father and the baby mother. Right. But once the father showed up at the barbershop and they going back and forth, now the dispute is between these two guys right now. You know what I'm saying? Because the threat of physical violence is imminent. So like somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because the kid right there witnessing this shit. So what did you teach them, little man? But y'all got it.
And that's the thing. Anybody with game, that situation would have been because the influence that you had over her would have handled the baby dad differently. Right? Because there wouldn't have been an issue with him. There wouldn't have been an issue with him not seeing his kid because of money. So he could take him to the barbershop. It wouldn't have been an issue with him knowing that I'm taking him to the barbershop because it'd have been a conversation. Hey, man, your little man need a little haircut. You want me to take him or you plan on taking him next Saturday? Because I'm going to have conversations with you because you're not going to affect my day. I'm not cowarding from no conversation with you. We two grown men. This is a child here. You taking him to the barbershop or me? This ain't got nothing to do with her.
Right.
This has to do with how I raise young men. Hey, I like my son to have a haircut every weekend. So I go to the barbershop. You mind if I take your son to the barbershop with me? Don't you be taking my son? Hey, relax. It's just a question.
Yeah, but then guys,
we're done.
Yeah, that's true. And then also, Jay Roman, I just wanted to add this too. This goes back to this, what y'all always talk about, where it starts and ends with the man, right? Now, once again, you could be in a situation where you really tried to work with a woman, and once again, not everything, like life happens to where people break up and then they have to figure it out after that, right? But I personally believe that it for a man that really wants to create something great, you really have to pick the right woman. And I really feel like a lot of guys are just getting these women impregnant, and then they're not picking the right women, and then the women be done with them, and then the woman is moving along with his child to a next guy. And also for me, I don't knock anybody that wants to be a stepdad, right? But I done had experiences where women came into my life and they trying to date me, and then right when it's the first date or the second date, they already trying to implement their child. And me, I don't respect that because at the same time, that's not my child. I'm going to respect children. I'm always going to look out for children. But at the same time, I don't want to step on any other man's toes, because just because you're not with the man don't mean that the man is not trying to be in his child's life. So that's when things get kind of rocky, in my opinion. And that's where it really has to be some boundaries and some understanding that's set if things is going to be like that. But for me, I'd rather be with a woman with my child and I raise my own family. You see what I'm saying? But I don't like any other guy that does that. But for me, I just don't want to do that, because once again, you got to deal with all that other stuff, and then there's all of this confusion. That's just not the type of guy that I'm on. I'd rather raise my own family.
So a couple of things. Real quick, a couple of things. This is just my opinion. If you are a guy out here and you're going to seriously date a woman that already has kids, if she's beefing with the father or fathers of those children, I would not recommend getting into a relationship until they rectify that shit, because you are literally putting yourself in a situation where you can be harmed. Real quick. I got to tell the story real quick. there's this show called Survived. I Survived. And it's basically about people that survive death, whether it's at the hands of a person or the hands of wildlife or some type of natural disaster. So there was this chick. She had, I believe, at least one child, maybe two, but definitely one child. And she was no longer with the father. So she was dating this guy, and the particular day that the father was supposed to bring the child back, that guy was at the house doing some yard work or whatever. And she just met this guy. It was like a few weeks or a month or two. It was new. And this guy was at the house doing yard work. And she tells the guy, hey, such and such is on the way home with our child. You know, he might flip out if he see you here.
Nope.
So the moment you hear that type of shit,
right,
that's a chick you can't fuck with. So exactly. the guy who's dating a woman says, man, I wish he would say something to me. So already it's a powder keg, right? So boom, so the guy show up. The guy should have left. He stays, right? But the woman, if you know that guy is volatile, why you got that man at your house when he show up? You know what I'm saying? So boom, the guy show up. They get to arguing, right? They get to arguing. So what happens is, the woman takes the guy into the bedroom, the boyfriend in the bedroom, and the guy is talking shit like, let me whoop that nigga ass. Let me go whoop. So the guy is in the other room hearing this. So he grabs a claw hammer, right? And no one sees him grab the hammer. So he grabs the hammer, and when the guy walks out the bedroom, puts that hammer in the middle of his forehead, right? Damn. Right now, the guy don't die, but he got brain damage. Some brain matter came out, but he don't die, right? So he just laying on the floor. He ain't moving. So then he takes the hammer. He's trying to take the hammer. The woman is describing it. She can hear like the bone scraping against the metal. He's trying to take the shit out of his head. Then he takes the hammer and begins to beat her with it, right? So the point I'm trying to make is, you guys that are dealing with these women that got kids, if she got a volatile relationship or a funky relationship with the dude, don't get in a serious relationship with her. But
I agree.
No, I agree 100%, Zach.
Can I say something, man? See, and I had this conversation with a couple of cats a while back on that guy's platform. His name is Anthony Davis. It's something. Anthony is that bald black nigga. But anyway, so many dudes. They don't have any discipline. They don't have any self-control, and they don't know how to seek, and they don't know how to seek out quality women. And let me explain what I mean. I've done the stepfather thing. I've done that before, and it was kind of messy too, because I knew the nigga, and it was the type of thing where she told him it was over, but they were still living together. And I'm smashing, behind the back. I'm dropping her off a block away from the house and all this type of shit. And so I learned my lesson. Now I have strict fucking rules when it comes to dating single mothers. Now I don't have nothing against dating single mothers, but I have strict rules where, number one, I'm not meeting the kid until you're 12 months into the vetting process. I don't even meet the child, right? If your kid is at home, you are coming to meet me. You gonna drive all the way to my fucking house, and then we gonna get in my car and then go to wherever we going. I don't pick you up if your child is at home this weekend. If your child is anywhere in the vicinity, I don't pick you up. I don't come to your house. We're not smashing in your room while he's asleep in the next room. None of that shit. For an entire year. And if your co-parenting situation is volatile, I may never meet this fucking kid if you and I continue to see each other. If you and I continue to see each other. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So it's not about the fact that the woman is a single parent mother. It's about the quality of the woman, her life being organized, and her ability to have a healthy co-parenting relationship. If those things are not in place, your child will never see my fucking face, or even much less be privy to my existence. Because that just means if your life is not organized to the point where all of that shit is healthy and cool, you're just a fuck buddy. You can never be anything further than that. And the problem with these stupid ass niggas is that it's like Just because I'm fucking a bitch. Just because I'm coming over to get some pussy. I gotta be bumping into your children in the middle of the night going to the bathroom? What the fuck is wrong? That's why you get a fucking hammer in your face, nigga. Because bro, the separation has to be clear. The organization has to be clear. Things have to be healthy and on fucking point. These kids seeing different niggas coming up and through her fucking house is not healthy. And just because she invited you and just because she said it's okay, don't mean it's okay. You're a fucking man. Do what you know you're supposed to do. You know you wouldn't like it if a nigga was coming through, walking past your kids, bumping them in the hallway, eating up their fucking fruit snacks and sipping on their goddamn Capri Suns. You know you wouldn't like that shit if you was the father. So why the fuck are you doing it? Just because you came over to get some pussy? Dumbass niggas, bro. Okay. We have to, like, look, this is why I don't blame women for shit. Because if a woman invites me over, oh, don't worry about it. My kids will be asleep by the time you get here. What? Bitch, if you don't meet me at this fucking hotel or if you don't come to my crib, if you ain't got a babysitter, if you don't have family support to watch them damn kids, you can forget about talking to me, ho. You stupid?
Miles, that's some real shit. Let me say this real quick, okay? And guys ain't gonna listen, but if you're dealing with a woman who does have a child or children and her children are there and she's like, they're asleep, come over. Don't do it. Don't go over to her. Don't do it. Just don't do it, right? And this is how you know niggas ain't got no dick control. You tender dick niggas because you're in this woman's house. And like you said, you bumping into the kids in the middle of the night and all that other shit. Just don't do it, right? Have to come to your spot or get a hotel, you know what I'm saying, and let it be that. And let me say this, to your point, Miles. See, if you're getting a woman pregnant and she's the type of chick that will keep you from your child or play baby keep away simply because you're behind on your child support, that's your fault. Because I know women personally who, even if the guy's behind on child support, they're like, what that got to do with the child? I'm not going to keep the child from his father because this nigga is delinquent. I'll take that up with the courts and handle that legally. But I'm not going to keep. See, that's a woman that got some sense. But when you got a woman playing baby keep away simply because you're delinquent in your child support, you don't want that nutted up in that woman that ain't got no fucking sense. Exactly. That's kind of on you. But y'all got it.
Yeah, and that's, to me, that's where the influence comes in at, right? So Miles may meet this woman, and in 12 months, he hasn't seen the child, but his influence is what she's absorbing, right? And so now she understands, well, I'm not ready to bring this child around him because me and my baby dad are still kind of beefing a little bit. Right. We are still, and that's the influence. Like we all know, that's why when we look at some of these game shows and people are like, I wouldn't, we'd be like, because we know that, hey, once she gets into my presence, there's some things that we can work on and do. We're going to be verbal about it. And if it don't work out, then you'll be dismissed. But at the same time, to be next to me, you have to be like this. So my thing is that the influence, when you insert a man into a situation, and that influence begins to affect her, then maybe she didn't know any better way because that's what everybody around her was doing. But then when she has that guy that says, hey, don't charge your baby dad like that. Is he harmful to the child? No. Is he doing this to the child? No. Okay. So he doesn't give money. All right. So, there's some other things, but he still needs the father. She has to think about that. And if that influence doesn't settle with her, then yeah, you're not the one, because it's not about you and him. It's about me and you not understanding what I'm telling you. So to me, like I've been in a situation where the lady she just straight up lied because she knew who I was. I would not come over with her kid who was 16 years old. This dude was 16 years old. I did not want to ever stay the night at her house. Right. Ever. One day she wanted me to come over. Come over. He's not here. He's going to stay the night at somewhere else. I'm laying in bed about 1 a.m. I hear some ruffling going on. And I'm like, what's that? Oh, my son, he's home. I thought you said he wasn't going to be home. Oh, Well, he was going to be out, but I knew he was going to be out late, so it was okay. Now we in the room doing acrobat tricks. Your son, who is 16 years old, do not want to hear you screaming the way you was screaming. Like nobody, your son doesn't want to hear that. You know, oh, he has a girlfriend, he has this. Your mentality on the situation is not going to affect my mentality on the situation. And I say mentality because that's how I'm looking at it. So at that moment, I had to get my stuff. I walked out, and we never was. That was it.
Right.
That was it.
And the crazy part is you can't trust a female like that, bro.
Exactly.
You can't trust a female because it's the same way she could have said, "Oh, nah, my baby dad ain't come. He would never come to my house unannounced." And here you go with a knock at the fucking door. What's that? Who's that? Yeah, come on, man. Look, man, and that's the type of shit. Certain situations, I got the fucking. You see, I don't even want to talk about certain shit because we on YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? But
I feel you.
You know what I'm talking about. But
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But the point of the matter is, I don't even want to be thinking about that type of shit, bro. That's what I'm saying. You got a kid, bro. I swear. This is what I practice, and I'm living it now. It was a year after and some months. And my lady was like, well, we got to do this sometime because, I'm like, look, I'll let you know. That type of shit. And props to her because she was totally like the influence that I had in the situation. She was totally like, cool. I see you and I understand you, but I'm just letting you know that it got to happen one day. And it's been a while and I've been patient and so on and so forth. And the co-parenting, bro, because let me tell you something. We make plans. We've been together for years now and we make plans. And let me tell you, it is pristine. Honestly, bro, I can't tell you that she's ever canceled on me based on a child related situation or any crazy shit like that. And that's how beautiful the co-parenting situation is. It's healthy. It's beautiful. When I see the kid, nothing but total respect and everything is cool. And I don't overstep my bounds, nothing. But that's because you got to have that patience. You got to set that foundation that, look, I'm not here willy-nilly. I don't move without purpose. I'm not just going to come over here to get pussy in the middle of the night just because and I'm doing it without no fucking rules and reason. And that's the problem with so many niggas. And it's the same fucking thing how you make the decision to fuck a bitch raw that don't deserve your seed. Mm-hmm. And then why we have to even have these fucking conversations in the first place. You understand? Because listen, if you don't make it with your baby moms, there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be able to co-parent on a healthy basis unless y'all already knew y'all ain't like each other. And a man knows when he don't like a bitch, bro. You know when you don't like a bitch, nigga. You know. So how could you possibly leave your seed inside of her? Come on, man. And then we wonder why black lives don't fucking matter at the end of the day. Because we got kids growing up with no sense of self-esteem. Yep. Because the one thing that they need in their life to build structure and to establish a certain level of influence, of authority and order in their minds to begin with is not in the fucking house. Mm-hmm. Not in the house. And they're raised. Look, I'm not getting on single moms, but I'm saying this is what it is. Once a man makes a bad fucking decision, all the dominoes fall. So I'm not gonna blame single mothers for shit. But once a man makes a bad fucking decision, all the dominoes fall. So all of those bitter babies, single moms, and all that dumb shit, it's the man's fault. Why would you put your seed in the chick that you know you don't like? Why?
I totally agree. I totally agree.
A lot of y'all niggas act like pussy has this hold on y'all. Like, what could I do, Miles? Pussy's pussy, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Fuck that, nigga. Fuck all that.
Hey, Miles, can I say something real quick? I just want to piggyback off of you. You're basically saying that guys are making the mistakes of falling on a woman's comfort versus sticking to leadership.
Exactly.
And that's
exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is. That's where the strength, that's where the real strength comes from. To be able to tell a bitch, nah, you can't have no dick. You can't have no dick. I left my condoms. I fucked up. We ain't fucking tonight. That's it. If you ain't got that type of strength, you don't deserve access to pussy, my nigga. Straight up and down.
Let me say this real quick. Let me say this. And see, for all you men listening, when you're vetting a woman or evaluating a woman, not only are you evaluating or vetting her to be your woman, you're also evaluating her to see if she can actually be a mother to your child. It's two separate things. It's two separate things.
Yep.
It's not one of the same. Just because a woman will make a good girlfriend doesn't mean she will be a good mother. Or just because a woman is a good mother doesn't mean she'll make a good wife or a good girlfriend for you. It's two separate things. It's not one of the same. It's not synonymous. No. You could be dealing with a woman who's great when it's just y'all two, but as soon as a kid come into a picture, all of a sudden everything is chaotic and disjointed because you impregnated the wrong female.
And then you promoted her because you impregnated her.
Well, you gave her
from girlfriend. She went from fuck buddy to girlfriend to wife because
you gave her the biggest blessing. You gave her the biggest blessing a man can give a woman.
Facts.
Your seed. That's the biggest. The biggest blessing you can give a woman is not your wife. It's not your girlfriend. It's none of that. The biggest blessing you can give a woman is a fucking child.
Right.
Come
That's
on,
true.
man.
That's true. And then also, Mr. Kazag, just to add to that, when you said that instead of a year of vetting, it should be 2 years, I agree. Because I'm 33 years old. So everybody right now kind of have children, right? Around my age and up, right? So if I was to date a woman with a child, I want to vet her, but I also want to evaluate and see her relationships with her baby father and how that goes. Because if she's good to me and that's chaotic, why would I want to be a part of that?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? If I did take over a child, if I did start looking over a child, right? I'm gonna tell that child, I'm not your father. I'm monogamous. And if that's gonna happen, I need to have a conversation with your father, and I need to ask him, is it okay for me to be an extension of him, not to take his place? Right. I want to be an extension of you if the love for the child runs that deep.
Right.
But I never want to.
I might not say extension.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, y'all.
It's nigga J.
Hey,
I'm gonna just be honest. I might not say the extension, but I get you though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just being honest. Like, because at the same time, when I was young, when my mom and my dad, they went through a little breakup here, right? But one thing with my dad, he don't play that stepdaddy bullshit. But even as a 5-6-year-old, before they got back together, I wasn't gonna play that stepdaddy shit because I know who my daddy is. You see what I'm saying? Because he's in my life. So once again, it's one thing when nigga is not around,
right? But
it's another thing when the nigga is in his child's life. That's boundaries. Because once again, if I was in that situation, I don't want a nigga to overstep his boundaries.
Right.
That's my child. You an extension of me if that's the case.
I would tell you this. I would tell you this. I got a older child, and for years, she's had another man in her life. I am happy he's there, and he's been the only consistent one there besides me. With that said, there is no stepdad because there is no dead position to step into.
There you go.
There.
Facts.
So I understand what you're saying. I do appreciate that he's been consistent. I do appreciate there's been no issue. I do appreciate I'm not in jail because there was no issues. Right. So the things we'll do for our child. The main thing though is that sometimes and I like the way Miles just said it with really, even though they have a child, it does not progress, and you're not going to let her progress your vetting process with her.
Right.
You're not going to push it forward.
Right. You don't run.
And sometimes they want that push forward because they want that stability in their home, and they realize they need more stability in their home because of the child. Right. So they try to push it and press it more, to get you in there. The thing is, you need to see the influence and see how honest she is with her baby's dad, because sometimes she's lying to him and lying to you.
That's facts.
And so you got to have some of those conversations with him. But I'm not having a conversations with him if we ain't cool yet. There's no need yet.
Right.
But as we're progressing and beginning to be cool, I'm going to have those conversations with him when the child is introduced now. Because out of respect for manhood, I'm going to say, hey, this is the deal. This is what's going on. I don't know what she said. She hasn't told me much about you, on your breakups or anything like that. In fact, I don't really care about that. I'm just, we have these conversations on manhood things, dealing with the child, and then that's it.
Let me say this, J. Roman, Miles, and Monogamous. For any of you guys, don't let women tell you that their child or children is a package deal. No.
Yo.
No. That's one I've heard that shit, and I'm like, that's the dumbest shit ever. Matter of fact, if a woman ever tell you we a package deal, it'd be like, well, I'm denying the whole package then.
Facts.
I'm not signing for I don't want none of y'all then. Guys, let me say this real quick. Because when you're dealing with a single mother, and I'm not shitting on single mothers either, but because you're dealing with a whole child or children, and there's another adult in a situation, and you don't know the true nature of that relationship, when you're dealing with the woman, and I think Miles and J. Roman both hit on it, you got to vet her separate. The mistake that guys make is they're trying to get to know the woman and the children at the same time. And what's going to happen is your judgment is going to be clouded and it's going to be skewed because you're not taking the appropriate time and really, really paying attention to what this woman is really doing and who the fuck she really is and how she fits in your life, whether it's casual or something more serious. Dealing with the child is a whole nother set of evaluating and vetting. Because for this reason here, if that child is a little fucker, you know what I'm saying? If that child is a little disrespectful fucker or something like that, then it makes no sense for you. And I'm like, hey, it might not be the child's fault. It may just be bad co-parenting. You don't want no parts of that, right? You don't want, if you got a peaceful life, the last thing you want is this child that ain't yours bringing a disruption to your situation, right? So you got to take your time with that shit, but y'all got it.
Now, the crazy thing about this whole conversation here is you're not going to operate any different if you got game.
That's right.
Child, no child, you're not going to operate any different.
It's true, because she got to go through the vetting process regardless.
Got to go through it.
Regardless, bro. Like, come on, man. It's crazy out here, man. Like we as men, we need standards and boundaries, bro. And we need to have some patience and discipline. And so many of us, we ain't got that. And I'm not saying I've always been this way. I learned these lessons, but y'all got the information now. It wasn't nobody online or anywhere saying these words. It wasn't nobody back when we was coming. There wasn't nobody really saying these type of words to us. You understand? But now there is. And now you see, and we tell you why. We have the stories. We have lived the life to prove it to you. But go ahead, Monogamous.
But now, Miles, I just want to piggyback on all of y'all. And also, guys, I just want to say great conversation because this is needed. Another thing, Miles, that I want to piggyback off with you know what's worse than one man? Because you said when a man fuck up, it's a domino effect, right?
Right.
You know what's worse than one man fucking up? Two men fucking up. Because you know how many children that throughout their adolescence, they didn't seen so many different niggas, and they might have got real close to one dude that was in their life for a period of time, and then that's fucked up, and then it's another dude.
Right.
See, I don't believe in that, dog, because I feel like that has trauma, or that can have a negative effect on kids as they get older.
Look,
right? And here's the last thing I want to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Last thing.
Now, here's the last thing I want to say, and I just want to say when y'all just talking about it takes leadership, right? There's this reality show that me and my girl watch. It's called Married to Huntsville, and there's one couple to where the guy is living with the chick. That's another thing, guys. These guys are moving in with these chicks with kids.
That cohabitation
that's
shit.
already fucked up.
That's another
cohabitation.
Yep.
Right. And I tell women, I'm like, if you got a kid, we don't have to. Why do we have to if I'm dating a woman? Why do I have to cohabitate with you until it's time?
Right.
Why do I have to do that? But long story short, he done already followed a woman's comfort, right? Then already smashed, did all this. He all close with her daughter and stuff like that. But guess what their issue is? She's still married to her husband. And now that's an issue to him now, 2 years down the line, when that should have been a issue at the beginning.
He ain't got no stand. See, Monogamous. He don't have no standards. See, this is what these whack ass niggas do, right? Yeah. Because they tender dick niggas and they looking for comfort and they looking for easy shit. They get into a relationship with women and they already know there's things going on that they don't like. And they mistakenly believe that once I come into this woman's life and we're cohabitating and I'm paying bills and she got the title of girlfriend, fiance, or wife, they falsely believe that now they're going to have the appropriate influence to exact change or to modify behavior. No, nigga. Why you give her the title before those things were taken care of and rectified? Why you give her the title? These niggas are super fucking flexible with no standards. And then when they have issues with these women, they looking at the woman like the woman did something wrong. Nigga, you the leader, right?
Mm.
She didn't make you do that. And let me just say this about dealing with women, whether they got kids or not.
Right.
Gentlemen, I implore you, this is a PSA. Always move at your pace.
Nigga.
Always. Everything you do should be on your timeline. Whether it's fucking, whether it's dating, whether it's getting into relationships, spending the night, whatever the fuck it is, everything should be on your timeline. The woman should literally never have no influence on you speeding up your timeline.
Real talk.
Never. Go ahead,
and even if I mess up, I know who to blame on that.
Exactly.
Facts. Facts,
Exactly.
man. Facts. Hey, guys, I just want to say great show.
Yeah.
Great opportunity, guys. Y'all have a great day.
Hey, take it easy, Monogamous. Really appreciate you, man. But I just want to add to what Monogamous was saying about seeing the men come up and through the crib, right? See, what we got to understand is the natural behavior of what a man should be or what a man could be at his best is something that is constant. You understand? Something that is reliable, something that is constant, something that is foundational. You understand? Now, it's one thing to not have any father in the house, but it's an entirely different thing to have different niggas coming through. Like imagine what the young child is seeing. 330. Hold on 1 second. Let me finish with this point. Imagine what the young child is seeing. They see one nigga for a couple of days. They see another nigga for a couple of weeks. Then they see another nigga for another couple of weeks. Then they see another nigga for a couple of months. And then back to a whole different nigga for a couple of days. And now what starts to happen is that the idea of a man becomes frivolous and interchangeable. You understand? The identity of a man doesn't even fucking matter because they just keep seeing different nigga after different nigga. And what I'm saying is that is a psychological issue to the fucking perception of what a man is to the child. And as they grow, especially if it's a boy and shit, but even it doesn't matter really, because the idea of the daughter or a female child's idea of what a man should be is just as detrimental as what a male child. His idea is what a man is. It's just that as a male child, he's growing into that idea when the female child, she's growing up to search for that idea. You see what I'm saying? So this is why these women, they attract unreliable, inconsistent men because that's what they're used to. And that's why the average man is so hard for him to be reliable and consistent, even to his fucking self, because that's what he's used to. But anyway, we got 330.
Hold on a second, man. Let's keep going on with that.
Yeah, 330. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Jay.
Let's keep going on with that scenario. Then she meets a real one.
Then she meets. Say it.
Then she meets a real one, and that little son, he don't see nobody for a while. But what he does see is his mom is just a little more organized. Her schedule is a little more tighter. Her attitude is just a little different. You know, the way she talks to him is just a little different because she's been complaining to this real one, and he's saying, hold on, you got a son there. Relax. Let him, do this, handle it like this. Now he might not have met him, but the advice and the discussion and the way he moves isn't influencing her where things become a little different. And now it's been a month since he's seen somebody new. It's been 2 months. It's been 3 months. It's been 4 months. Mom is real consistent. When he asks for shoes, he got shoes because she's on point with certain things. She's not getting frustrated all the time. She ain't upset about a lot of different stuff. Just the attitude has changed when she met that real one. And that's the thing that I don't think guys will understand. And I like the way the dude said, falling on her comfort. But the leadership is really what's going to make the whole situation comfortable. The domino effects work both ways.
Exactly.
All right, there we go. All right, go ahead, caller.
All right, so we got 330. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, what's up, fam? It's William here.
William Kime in the building.
William, just a moment, brother. Just a moment. Big Daddy with the 199. Good topic. Thank you.
All right.
Go ahead, William. You got it.
Go ahead, William.
Yeah, no, I'm from Ohio, and I was thinking the one caller there from Akron, the guy that does the videoing and stuff, or he called here a little bit.
Jay Sean.
Jay Sean. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still listening or not, but yeah, I'm right outside of Akron in North Canton. Akron, Canton's about a half hour apart, and I'm in the north end of North Canton. So yeah, I'm right in that neighborhood too. So maybe we'll run into him sometime.
Right.
But, anyway, no, I was just on. You guys were talking about the thing with women with kids and stuff. I had a situation where this shorty I was seeing, we had hung out once. We hung out. We had one date. We fucked the first date, whatever. She lives about 40 minutes from me. So the next weekend, I was going out her way, out past her area, going out to this horse event where I was just going as a spectator.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked her if she wanted to go with me. And, it was kind of like our second day. We were going to hang out, and then we were going to stay at her, and we were going to go back to her house afterwards. So when I got there, like when I was on my way there, I called when I was like 10 minutes away, and she's like, my ex is about to pick up my daughter here in a little bit, and then I'll be free. And I'm like, well, how far away is he? She goes, oh, he should be here in a little bit. And I'm thinking, well, shit, I'm 5-10 minutes away,
Right.
And she goes, she's just going to pick her up and take her over to her grandma's house, which is like 5 minutes away. And she goes, unless you want to just pick us up and we'll drop her off.
Oh my!
I'm like, oh hell no! Like I almost charged her. I was thinking like, wait, what? What the fuck? Right. I was like, listen, this is how we're gonna do it. You get your once the kid's dad picks him up, because there's a chance I'm gonna run into them.
Right.
Like I'm gonna run into him.
Yeah.
Like no way in hell do I wanna. This is my second time meeting her, my first time at her house, and I might run into her ex, the picking up the kid.
Right.
And then you're talking about having the kid go. I was just like, what the fuck? Anyway, I was like, nah, I was like, you get the kid out of there. Once you're home alone, you call me back and I'll come pick you up.
Right.
So she calls me back 5 minutes later, and she's like, okay, he picked her up. They're out of here. So when I got there, she jumps in the car and, she's giving me a hug, and she's like, yeah, my ex agreed that was better. That was a good idea. It's probably better for you not, we don't run into each other.
No order. Hold on, William. Hold on. I just want to point out, a lot of these women have no order.
They don't. They
have no order.
This is exactly what I'm talking about when I say it's the decision of the man first.
Yes.
William had to be a man. William had to be a fucking man and say, hell fucking no. Handle your family situation first, and then I can see you. That's how it's supposed to work. Because the woman, look, I'm not really trying to bash women or say anything, because y'all know we're not even about hating on women over here. But what I'm saying is that it's not a woman's place to make any decisions concerning a man. It's up to us to make the right decisions, to say, hey, let's separate the two. I don't know you like that, so your child shouldn't see me. Your man shouldn't see me. Only person that I'm interested in interacting with is you, the woman. So take care of your business, and then you can see me. It's like when your parents tell you, finish your homework, then you could go play outside. What the fuck are we talking about?
See, this is why, and let me say this, William, we'll pass it right back to you. See, this is why a man with a logical, pragmatic way of thinking needs to always be on point. Because she's thinking from a place of emotion. She's thinking about what she wants and how she feels. Right. This is why when guys talking about falling in love with women, I'm like, yo, the last thing you need is two emotional motherfuckers that are mainly governed by their feelings and emotions. There's going to be no logic in anything that you do. But like you said, Miles, when you have a man who actually is thinking, right, he's logical, he's like, no, we're not going to do that.
Right.
Okay. So sometimes as the man, you need to be the logical one in the equation to keep the woman from having you go down a road of emotionalism and getting everybody fucked up.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, her ex have a really good co-parenting relationship, but at the same time, it's like I've met her once. You know, I've only met her once before.
Right.
Like, no way in hell do I want to be running into her ex-husband or her child. You know.
Right.
And she was talking about having me pick up her child, and yeah, that was and you know another thing about this, like this is she's a mechanical engineer. She's in charge of a bunch of guys, like at her job. Like she's overseeing a job site, and then this is how she was thinking. You know, she's thinking it's okay for me to just pick up her and her kid. Like, what the fuck?
I'm glad, William. I'm glad you said that because I want guys to pay attention. This has nothing to do with socioeconomical status. It has nothing to do with the woman's education or how much money she makes. Sometimes you have women, regardless of their walk of life or background, that will try and make a goofy suggestion or a goofy decision. And the man, you got to be like, nah, baby girl, we're not doing that. We're not doing it. But y'all got it.
Yeah, yeah. And I laugh about that too because, you know, she'll be bitching about guys at her, you know, that she is overseeing at the job site and talking about how she might say how these guys are terrified of her because she can technically fire them, write them up and have them fired and stuff. But like when she's with me, she's so sweet and feminine and I think it's probably because she gets tired of being in that situation where she's in charge of men.
Yes. Okay. Let's stop right there, William. Guys, William says something that's very important. The average woman, most women who are actually a manager, a supervisor, a business owner, where they are in charge of people and they are quote unquote the boss and they tell people what to do. Most of these women do not want to come home and be the boss too. They want to come home, kick their feet up, not think, and be with a man who's actually a consistent masculine leader where he makes the decisions and the man's just telling them what to do. And they're like, finally, I get to take my brain off of, you know what I'm saying, off for a minute, turn the switch off and chill and let my man make the decisions. Most women really want that. Most women do not want to come home and have to keep wearing the boss hat.
Right. That's facts.
Exactly. And, you know, it's funny is like, she says, like, if I ask her to do something or if we're doing, many times she'll be like, yes, daddy. Yes, daddy. Like, I'm like, that's probably such a relief for her mentally because of her career and stuff. You know, she likes to just be there doing what I ask her to do, what I need her to do. And she just follows me around like a little puppy dog. So,
and how much you would bet, William, that if those guys at the job could see her interact with you in that fashion, they probably would be surprised.
They
probably never would have guessed it that she would call a man daddy and follow you around like that. All
right, guys. I just thought I'd share that.
I would add this one thing too, though, that you pass that test, and the thing is, that test of cowarding down a little bit just to do what she says you to do, to pick the child up, to drop it off,
right?
Which helped when you didn't cower down to that. That helped solidify her thoughts about you in the first place,
right? That's real talk.
And come back and say, you know what, you're right. You know, I talked to my ex, and he said the same thing too. So you know, those are the things that a lot of guys miss. And you know, when just this once or just this, that's just a little nick off your armor right there. You know, we're chipping away right now. And until now, you're at the point where you're at the point where you're saying stupid stuff like "happy wife, happy life."
Facts. Crazy,
all right,
man.
guys. Well, I'm out here in Pennsylvania. I'm going out to make a purchase out here, a business purchase, and I'm out here. I got to pay attention to where I'm driving. So
okay, all right, man.
I appreciate everything you guys do.
Hey, William Kime, you know what it is, bro. Thanks for your support of the show. Thanks for calling in, and be safe out there in these streets. All right, bro. We appreciate you.
Yes, absolutely. Take care, y'all.
All right, peace, brother. Later. All right. We good on calls, guys. But if y'all want to call in, 919-647-9392, 919-647-9392. Go ahead and call in. Let me see how much time we got left. We got about 20-25 minutes left, guys. So don't lollygag. Call in if y'all calling in, bro. because we're not extending the OT. Please just call in if y'all want to call in.
Okay. So Nova Hefner says, so in reference to what Jay Roman is saying and talking about with the barbershop thing with the kid, is this why dudes have a problem with Russell Wilson through the years with rapper Future Kid? So let me just say this. So a lot of guys feel some type of way about him taking pictures with the boy and all of that because they feel like he's overstepping boundaries. So here's my opinion on that. Number one, we don't really know the ins and outs of whether or not Future is involved with that kid or not, whether he even sees his kid or not. We don't know the ins and outs of that. I will say, this is what I will say, right? And I'm not accusing Sierra of this because I don't know her like that and I don't know everything. Unfortunately, you will have some women who are a little bitter at the baby father because they really wanted him. That's the guy they really wanted. That was their first choice. So a lot of times when the old keep a nigga baby situation didn't work, and I'm not accusing Sierra of this, I don't know, but sometimes when women are having kids, although they know the guy probably isn't the best quality type of man to be a father. Can you place him on hold real quick so I can finish my thought?
Yeah, 330. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. So they'll have the kid anyway, thinking that will be the tie that binds, and when that doesn't work, what they'll do is they might purposely try and elevate the new man to father status right away and have him doing shit that a father would do.
Right.
And sometimes that could be just to get under the other guy's skin. I'm not accusing Sierra of that, but in real life, outside of the internet and celebrities, that type of shit does happen.
These things happen. That's a fact. 330, you are on live on the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. We got Jay Roman, K-Zag, and Miles. Name 8 City. How can we help you?
Hey, fellas, this is Jay Sean again, 31
yes, sir.
Ohio.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Hey, so I remember your story. You had mentioned a channel you were on. That was Anton Daniels.
Right, Anton
channel.
Daniels. Yes.
Yeah. And I remember the guy was like, I guess the kid kept jumping on him or hit him, and then he had lied on the kid, and the mom ended up whooping him and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. You want to talk about that a little bit more, because I know a lot of guys who felt the same way as that guy, and the way you were schooling, the situation, I found it. I was able to tell a lot of guys about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't be in the area of the kids, and they have, you invade in their space and stuff like that. So I don't know if you could expound upon that a little bit more.
Well, it's just the same thing we've been talking about. Is you got to be able to create boundaries. You have to be able to create boundaries. You have to have discipline and patience, and you have to have respect for the relational dynamics. And what I mean is because here's the thing, right? When a lot of dudes run around talk about, I don't date single mothers. I don't date single mothers. But truthfully, if you really break it down and you compartmentalize, you realize that I'm not dating, like, you being a mother, the woman being a mother don't have nothing to do with me if I'm dating her. You get what I'm saying? I didn't put no seed in you. So that literally has nothing to do with me. So just like I think somebody mentioned on the show earlier that, me and my children are a package deal and all that shit, that don't mean nothing to me. If you don't know how to separate that, if you don't know, and this is why I call it finding a woman who knows how to organize her life. And I said this on the Anton Daniels show. I said, I only deal with women that have an organized enough life where she can have kids and we can date, and the two things don't need to coexist. The two things don't need to overlap each other at all. They don't. They really, really don't. If your life is organized, if you have shit set up where your family watch your kids, or you got babysitters, or you co-parent, so you make sure we only have date night when your child is staying with the father for that week or whatever it is. That's how it should be. And that's how it could be. There's nothing wrong with that. But all of this trying to incorporate the situation where when you don't even know the quality of man that I am, and you trying to have me around your kids, you trying to have me meet your kids, you trying to have me all up in the house watching TV with your kids sitting there like we all one big family. That it don't work, bro. We gotta compartmentalize. We gotta situate things, and we have to be organized, and we can't be lax. And because that's the problem. It's like, well, I don't want to wait till next week when your child is with the dad. I want to see you tonight because I'm trying to fuck and all of this dumb shit. Well, if you don't have patience, then why? Why are we doing this? If you don't have patience, then why are we doing this? If you don't have enough discipline, if you don't have enough self-control to say, hey, no problem. I'll wait till the child's with the dad. You know, you ain't got no support this week because your sister's out of town. She can't watch the kids. No problem. I can wait till next week. And you should be play about yours anyway. Because why you so pressed about that pussy when you should be fucking with other ones? You see what I'm saying? I mean, if we talking real player shit, right? Why you so pressed? Why do you have to go to the fucking house while the kids are there? Why? You see what I'm saying? It's just a lot of bullshit. And the problem is that a lot of guys is thinking with their dick, and they don't understand how detrimental the effect that they have on the children. And they also don't understand, you know, like Jay Roman said, when, for example, using William Kimes example, when he chose to say, no, I'm not coming over there until you finish handling your business. And then even her baby daddy agreed that he made the right choice. That you can't buy that type of influence on a woman. Do you understand? Because the impression that leaves on the woman, she has a totally different level of respect, admiration, and she realizes that you have boundaries, and she sees the type of man that you are. She understands that you do have standards, you do have quality, you do have discipline. You are a fucking man. You do have the ability to influence her, because those are the type of things that will build a woman's trust. Those are the type of things where she won't get an attitude with you like how she'll get an attitude with another nigga. Because these other niggas they willing to come over to the house and fuck any time of the night just because they dick is itching. You get what I'm saying? But this guy, though, no matter what happened, he never went outside of the boundaries that he set for himself. And whether it's subconscious or conscious, bro, she has to respect that. And once you set the ball rolling in that type of way, you influencing the woman. And then, like Jay Roman said, the mother behaves a certain way concerning you. So when it's actually time for you to meet the child, oh, it's a whole different fucking story, because the mother's already speaking you up like you are, like she's speaking you up like you 6'8". You understand? And you probably around my height. But when he come to meet you, he probably looking at you like, damn, I thought you was taller the way my mom was talking about you. You know what I'm saying? I thought you stood like a fucking Greek god the way that my mother was talking about you. And as a matter of fact, he got a predetermined level of respect for you because he see the change in his mother. He see the change in his mother before he even shake your hand. He's like, this is the man that changed my mother's life. So I got to respect. Bro, let me tell you something. I got kids, multiple kids, who before, listen to me, before I met their mother, these kids did not appreciate their mother's cooking. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? And that's just one aspect of what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is, I live this shit. I live this shit. But go ahead, Jay Sean. You remember when?
Yeah. I remember when you were on that panel, they couldn't even fathom when you had said, when I come over to her house, that's my house.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The looks on their faces and their comments was crazy. They were like, nigga, what? What you mean? That's her house. That's her kid. You know what I'm saying? That's my house.
She paid the bills over there. She paid the mortgage. What the fuck is this little nigga talking about? Blah, blah, blah. But see, this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. The average nigga, bro, don't understand influence. They don't understand respect. They don't understand how to carry themselves a certain way to not demand but command a certain level of respect. So when I go over to the house, yes, it is my house. In the mind of that woman, it is my house when I walk in there. That's what y'all don't understand. I'm not saying that it's my house where I could fucking sell the deed and put a lien on the mortgage. I'm not saying, or refinance the mortgage in my name. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, once I walk into the house, if there's a bump, I gotta go check it. If there's something, bro, let me tell you something. When I go to my lady's house, you know I'm the one that locked the front door. She don't touch doors when she's around me. The car door, the door to the restaurant, her own fucking house door. She don't touch doors when I'm around. That's the type of nigga I am. Okay, but I don't demand this type of respect. I command it because it's the way that I do things. And I'm saying the average man don't have this type of shit in them. And then when you try to explain it to a nigga, they're like, man, fuck that. I don't give a fuck how many kids she got over there. I'm going over there to get my dick sucked. Fuck all that, nigga. All right, nigga, then live a low quality life, if you will, please. But this is why black lives don't matter.
that's why she's moving the way she's moving, by trying to progress things fastly, because she's been dealing with a lot of dudes that are quick. Oh, we're not hitting, we're not bumping right now. Oh, I don't care if your kid's over there. Like, go ahead and put them to bed real quick. Go ahead and put them to bed early. She's been dealing with that. So then here you come and slowing things down, and she's going to press it. Hold on. Am I losing him?
Right.
Am I losing? Because I lost all the other ones because they were the average type of dude where they didn't really have any sort of program set for the person, didn't really know what they really wanted from the person. We just bumping right now. So I don't care about your kid. I don't care about your kid. I don't care about nothing besides this. And to me, that's where the lack of manhood comes. Because no matter what situation, you should always be a man in the situation.
Right.
Okay, not only that, but if you fuck around and get her pregnant, she's gonna do the same thing to you. When y'all break up and your baby's still an infant and the baby's in a bassinet next to the bed, that nigga gonna be hitting it from behind, rocking your baby to sleep.
And I spent some time on no good. I didn't rock the baby to sleep with the motions of the bed before. And it wasn't my baby. You're like,
and these chicks, if it's an infant child, a few months old, they will have sex in the bed with a new nigga with the baby right there in the same bed.
Right there getting rocked. So
yes, they would.
And that's the thing. See, and that's the thing about a lot of people, though. And I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. I'm gonna just say it. A lot of you guys don't like the information that Zag, Miles, Lucario, Steve the Dean, 50 be talking about,
right?
Because it puts more a highlight on the mistakes that we did when we were younger. Some of us did a lot of mistakes. We made choices. We had kids. We lived life a certain way. And now it's time to look back on how we did things. And it was not correct. It was not the way we should have been moving. And yes, our thought of manhood was different. Our thought of game was different. And we don't want to face it. We don't want to face our own accountability. So when Miles say, I don't blame women for nothing. What do you mean you don't blame women for nothing? I have a crazy baby mama that does this and does that. Well, you know what? The choices that you made, you could really map it out if you really start to think about it. But you're too busy playing victim to understand the things you need to do to be a better man, period. I don't care how old you are, what you are. Look, the next day is a new day to be a better man, the next hour, the next minute.
Facts.
And there's a lot of stuff, and I know Miles, he's been talking about the kids and the trauma and, seeing different dads. To me, I got this thing with trauma. At some point, get over it. And I know it ain't a simple thing said, but not done. But if you really think about it, once you can connect why you do something to something in the past, well, that's in the past. Now it's time to work to get over it. So my thing is like, fellas, let's be real with ourselves. You just skated in something you don't even like. You know it. You know, because the thought, and this is the test. The thought. I know all y'all. When some girl called you and was like, "Hey, I'm late." Some of y'all was like,
heart dropped.
Just. Oh shit.
Oh shit,
man, she can't be my
it ain't mine. Mama. It ain't mine. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't want her to be my baby mama. Like, there's a reason why you don't want her to be your baby mama, but you were acting and operating like she was already your baby mama by the way you was moving with her. Exactly. You got to take accountability for that.
Facts. We got a couple calls. Jay Sean, you got anything else for us?
No, sir. Just wanted to call and bring that up. Salute to William and Canton. It's funny that he's going to Pennsylvania because I'm actually going to Pittsburgh in here about an hour, so that's funny. Okay, but hey, y'all have a good one though.
Hey, maybe y'all run into each other in a good way because we want to be running into each other, unsafely. You know what I'm saying? But be safe out there while you traveling, man. Safe travels, all right, bro.
Appreciate it. Take it easy.
All right, take it easy. And we got 609. 609, you are on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. We got your host, K-Zab. We got Jay Roman, and we got Miles, name, age, city. How can we help you?
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Rudy. What's up, Miles, Jay Roman, K-Zab, and how's everybody doing?
What's going on, Rudy?
What up, fam?
Hey, is there any way, are you on, hey, do you have us on speaker or Bluetooth, or is there any way you can make it a little better?
Hold on. Yo, how's that?
That's better. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. So first of all, I wanted to give you guys a big shout out. What would you say?
No. Go ahead. Nobody said no. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to give you guys a big shout out. A few weeks ago, I called in and K-Zag, you gave me some great advice. Told me never to go be out here having expectations. And Miles, you gave me some great advice a couple weeks ago on the Friday show when you told me that I should be more grateful and stuff.
Yes,
and
sir.
both those advices have been helping me out a lot. So
Yes,
I
sir.
greatly appreciate that.
All right.
So my question is, right, seeing as you guys are great businessmen, y'all got, you feel me? Yeah, y'all great businessmen, y'all really successful and stuff. My question is, like, what is the one thing to remember in terms of when you're being on your grind and following your purpose and shit?
The one thing?
Yeah, like I just want some advice, on, like how y'all became successful and stuff.
The one thing is if it's one thing, the one thing is to keep going. If it's only one thing I could tell you, that's to keep going.
Okay, not one thing. I mean, he meant like advice, like like the best.
All right, what kind of business you trying to? When you say you on your grind, give us a little bit more specifics.
So, for example, my dream is to be like a movie director and shit. Make movies, make music videos and stuff like that. Because I've noticed that's my passion and that's what I love since I was a youngin'. Like the best times when I had the most joy in my life and the most fulfillment in my life is when I was watching movies and shit. So I realized that's what I want to do. So my plan is to go to film school in January out in Florida and shit. And you feel me? Start then. But right now it's I'm working, working on movie scripts and all of that every single day and stuff.
Okay. All right. So yeah, well,
kind of like a plan, man. Like
the good part is that you recognize your joy and you recognize something that comes easy to you, that brings you a certain level of confidence and a certain level of happiness. And that's very important. But my advice still holds true, bro. Don't stop. Don't stop. As long as you love it, don't stop. Because here's the thing. A lot of times we don't realize that everybody gets to certain everybody gets to a place at their own. Everybody moves at their own pace. And I think K-Zagan mentioned it earlier. He was like, don't ever let a woman speed up your process. You got to always move at your own pace. But in when it comes to success, when it comes to this journey of life and accomplishing your goals, it's the same. It's pretty much the same thing. We have to respect the fact that we all get to the destination at different times. And with that being said, what I would say is to relish the journey, right? Be super grateful for the journey. Be super grateful for, putting one foot in front of the other while you're walking. You understand what I'm saying? Like really savor it. Like you ever heard of them say savor the flavor?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really got to savor it. And what I mean is the best way I could say to savor the journey is to be grateful in the moment. Be grateful in the moment and enjoy the journey. Because let me explain something to you. Everything that I've ever received in life and everything that I've ever wanted to have in life. And the exact moment that I received it was probably the most disappointing moment surrounding that accomplishment. Do you understand what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm not grateful for receiving or accomplishing a goal, but what I'm saying is that somehow the tension, the excitement, the the suspense, right? All of that shit goes away once you get what you asked for. Do you understand? So in my mind, I started to realize it's really the journey. It's really the grind, right? It's so you saying, well, if you had to tell me some advice about being on my grind, bro, enjoy the grind. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like really love the grind, because it's the grind that's going to make you that great director later on. You understand? It's the grind that's going to show you everything you need to know. Now, if during the grind, you're not paying full attention, or if you're not fully engaged because you're only focused on the end product, then you're missing all of the beautiful lessons and the all the different things that's supposed to make you that great director. You're missing it if you're not paying full attention and you're not fully relishing and being grateful in the moment during the journey of the grind.
Okay. Nah, I really appreciate that. And that is some great advice. Because to be honest with you, I'm not even thinking about the amount of money I could make as a movie director. Like, I'm not even thinking about that. My mindset is, to be the very best that I can be.
Right.
Like, the very best that I can be. I don't know how good that will be. I don't know how great I'll be. But my mindset is, I'll never be able to look myself in the mirror and say that I didn't put my all in it. So I definitely see what you're saying.
Exactly.
I appreciate that so much, man. Because it's like, I wanted some advice on this because y'all give great advice all the time, especially pertaining to women. And even with that, Miles, you talk about enjoy the journey. Is if you enjoy the process of interacting with women is when you'll really enjoy everything too. So I greatly appreciate the advice, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you too, brother. Thanks for calling in, man. Anybody? And did you want to hear from anyone else? Anybody else got anything for his advice on the grind?
No, I'm good, but no, you covered it. Y'all got it.
All right.
No, I thought what you said was cool. It seems like he has a passion for it. So
yeah,
my thing would be passionate about what you do, speak about it, speak things into existence. Battle that lazy man every day. Make sure you work and grind. But that's pretty much what you said. So, enjoy, man. Get your plan and go for it. If you got to save up to go for it, go for it. Just understand what you are working towards.
Yeah.
And you don't have to tell everybody what you're working towards, but just, maintain focus, because a lot of people will say you can't, why you want to do that? Why it don't matter, man. Just you keep grinding to what you need to grind to.
Facts. All right, Rudy.
Right. Nah. Yeah, bro. Appreciate that. I want to thank y'all so much because it's like me listening to y'all led me the path to finding what my purpose and being on the masculine identity membership led to me finding on what I really wanted to do in the first place. So
yes, sir.
I could thank y'all enough about that. Y'all taught me so much, but that's the most important lesson I got out of y'all is to really, really say, because you always say the game is about you. So I'm like, all right, who am I? What do I want?
Right.
And I just really had to look through my life and find out what brought joy in my life. And it was that. So I couldn't thank y'all much, man. And see y'all in Miami because I definitely got to meet y'all.
Yes, sir, man. Oh, of course. Cause you direct the movies and all that, so you definitely got to be at the screening for the Game Kings 2 in Miami, October 26th. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets for real. So yeah, man, appreciate you, man.
And the best part is I'm gonna be in school by then too, so it's like I definitely be able to come through with some shit.
That's what's up. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, man. Have a great day. Be safe. And then we got 323. You're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. We got your host K Zag. We got Jay Roman and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Yo, what's up? This is McAfee, California, age 25.
All right, what's going on? How can we help you, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I just want to get y'all review on this. It's about that Pineapple show. So I want Zach and Miles and Jay Roman. I want y'all to talk about this real quick. So long story short, so the question is that women really don't respect simps because like what happened in the Pineapple show, what I watched earlier was there's one guy, I don't know if you remember him, Zach. His name is it's that guy who be dancing a lot at the end of the show. Anyway, so he be singing and dancing anyway. So like Melly had a thing where she had like a live show and he decided to buy a plane ticket to go over there. Then she was waiting on, his name's Chips. She was waiting on him to perform, but Chips didn't do it because he didn't know what was the setup like. So Melly just trashed him bad on the live show. So I was like, what's your take on it? Like women really don't respect him.
Well, okay, let me say this. And I've said this before. And there's going to be some female dating coaches that might watch some of our content, maybe not necessarily mine, but maybe other individuals from the Real Game No Theory podcast. A lot of these female dating coaches who coach men, and that's an oxymoron right there. But anyway, a lot of these women who have large male followings, they really don't respect a lot of the guys that follow them, right? They know these guys are chumps. They know these guys don't stand on nothing. They know these guys are simps. They already know that, right? And you can just tell, right? So, and I'm not saying they feel that way about all the guys, but a lot of these women look at those guys as fanboys, right? And the reason why I say that, here's the reason why I say that. because when these women post in the community, like if you go to YouTube, all these female dating coaches do the same thing. Where if they got a live stream coming up, they'll post just a still image of themselves, looking all sultry into the camera. And inevitably, guys will come underneath that post, "You're so beautiful, you're so gorgeous," and all this goofy shit. So if you talk like that to women, women already know you a chump, right? So when these guys go on these shows and you see how these women handle the male callers, that's just a manifestation of how these women really view these guys. I just want to point that out.
Right. Yeah, because she really trashed him. Like, she was saying, like, "Hey, why you didn't perform? You came all the way here for what? Nothing." And he was like, "Look, man, I don't know the setup. Like, you didn't tell me, you didn't direct me, you didn't do nothing." He said, "Just the same thing as always. Like, just come on and perform." And she was just talking, ragging on for 30.
Okay, now let's think about this. This guy has no talent. He can't sing. He has no talent. So if anyone don't know about him, I think he's called the Real Chibs or something. He's the guy that always put on the white glasses. He's just a clown, and he's the court jester. So her wanting him to perform had nothing to do with him showcasing real talent, right? She just wanted someone to laugh. She wanted him to be entertainment for people to laugh at, right? She basically saying, "You're supposed to be the dancing monkey, now dance, monkey." And he wouldn't dance. And she felt some type of way. And for any guy to not be able to see that and not say, "Yo, man, she ain't got no respect for this dude." For them not to see that, it says a lot about these guys. Because all you got to do is be a cute chick and at least be pleasant with most of the guys that they see, and they'll still follow the chick, man. Like I said, a lot of these women, they ain't got no fucking respect for these goofy guys, dog. They don't.
The funny thing about it was her own chat was turning on and say, "Yo, like, you're disrespectful to him." And she's like, "No, I'm not. This is how the setup is." I'm like, even her own chat was talking shit to her.
See, all right, well, see, some of the guys got it, but guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna tune in every live Pineapple show and every Pineapple show she do and watch that shit, and they're gonna super chat all types of money to her still. But y'all got it.
No, I have nothing to say on this. I didn't see the Pineapple Show.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, so
I really don't watch that.
Oh yeah.
But any other questions,
go ahead.
caller? Any other questions?
Yeah, another question, Zach, is after the Pineapple Show is over, do you recommend hollering on the chicks on the DM, or you think it's just a waste of time? Because the stem's going.
I wouldn't. First of all, I wouldn't fuck with none of them chicks. Yeah. Okay, real quick, shout out to Steve the Dean, Williams in the motherfucking middle of the man mindset. I wouldn't. Let me just say this, okay? And this is no shade. Well, maybe it kind of is, but this is no shade because there are some guys that watch the Pineapple reaction show that myself, Steve does, and 1950 does, and they watch us, and we give them tips, and they actually go on the show, and they try to get at these chicks. Let me just say this: men that have standards, men that are gamed up, and men that have a true sense of self-worth and self-value ain't going on that motherfucking show. You know what I'm saying? We not. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going on that motherfucking show. You know what I'm saying? And just hypothetically speaking, if I was to go on that show, I would never do it. But hypothetically speaking, I'm not going to let Melly try and dictate how I run my shit. I'm going to be like, "Hey, Melly, be quiet. I got this." You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I would do it. She would hang up on me. I'm not going to let no woman try to dictate how the fuck I talk to a female. Right? So just by virtue of the fact that guys are being dictated to and they're being asked questions and then answer the question. Like what kind of this is how you know women don't respect you niggas. Because they're fucking demanding you that you conduct yourself a certain way when you get in that woman. Hell fucking no. So I wouldn't even go on that show. You know what I'm saying? Period. That's just me though.
But for the back end, like hollering at the DM, you think it's still a waste of time or not?
Yeah, well, this is my thing. Okay, and it doesn't matter if it's Facebook, if it's X, formerly known as Twitter, IG, whatever it is. If you see a woman you want to holler at, get at her. But you need to be the one dictating the pace of everything. Right? When you want to meet, you set it up. If you want to pull her off the joint and be like, "Here's my number, give me a call." The moment she give you any resistance, don't fuck with her no more. So it doesn't matter how or where you holler at a woman, you need to be dictating that shit the whole fucking time. So I mean, do your thing, but dictate that shit. Don't let the woman tell you how to date her. Dictate that shit and tell her, no, this is how I'm moving. If you ain't with it, then I ain't fucking with you. Y'all got it.
All right, Colin, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, man.
All right,
Thanks,
man.
y'all.
Take it easy, brother. Yeah, take it easy. Thanks for calling the show. All right, if you want to, I'll kill the lines. You want to do the questions, then we could be up out of here.
Right, cool. So let's go back because that's the only question. Niggas ain't asking questions. And I'm trying to ask questions now, y'all late niggas. You know what I'm saying? Y'all too late. This is the only question in the pipeline. So again, okay, and I already answered it. I don't know if y'all want to answer it or not, but I already, gave my little 2 cents on that shit.
It says, so in reference to what Jay Roman is saying and talking about with the barbershop thing with the kids, is this why dudes have a problem with Russell Wilson? Oh, right. Well, see the thing. One thing that I would, like you said earlier, K-Zach, you don't really know all the ins and outs. And another thing, we got to realize that these are rich and famous people, so it might be a little different, like certain dynamics. But we have to look at the fact that they're married. You see what I'm saying? Like they're married, and they live together and all that other shit. So, I don't know. I really don't know, because I don't believe in marriage and I don't believe in cohabitation. So it's hard for me to answer the question anyway. And I wouldn't have met the kid for 12 to 18 months. It would have been a whole bunch of shit different if it was me. So I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, I don't know the whole ins and outs of the Russell Wilson Future thing. I know Future got a baby with Sierra. Is that the only one she got, or is she got someone with somebody else? I don't know.
I think she got a younger kid with Russell. She got her younger kid with Russell now.
Yeah. All I know, if I'm going on vacation and I'm bringing all the kids on vacation. Now,
Yeah.
like I said, the influence of me would have the situation cool, and there wouldn't be that much of an influence. I don't, I've gotten to a point that the jealousy meter and all that stuff, they ain't there. It is what it is. Is that your baby's dad? Okay, cool. He understand what we're doing. There ain't no issues going on. Then cool. That's it. Like I'm not gonna treat a stepchild that's underneath my roof any different.
Right.
The only regards I would give is if we're doing anything that I feel that hits that man meter, like a haircut or a first camping trip or something like that. I'm, going out fishing or, some things that I think that, hey, man, these were special moments that I wish I had with my dad or had with my dad. Then I might talk to that dude and be like, hey, this is what's going down. You want to be a part or not?
Right.
And that's it. Our relationship would be to the point that it would be better because we talk easier with each other because there's no animosity there. There's nothing there but manhood. So our conversations and communication will be great. It's very simple. This is what's going down. Now I don't feel like, okay, cool. Well, come pick him up then.
Right.
Well,
he needs a haircut. If it ain't done by Friday, I'm gonna take him because we got these pictures we taking as a family on this day. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not against you or nothing. It's just what I'm running. This is what we're doing. Do you want to be a part of it? Yes or no?
Well, well for me, it boils down to this, and I said it earlier. If you're dealing with a woman and she got a child or children and whatever it is, if there's drama in her life, if there's a lot of unsettled shit between her and that man or man, you got to ask yourself, do you want to thrust yourself in that situation? Because my thing is, you got to look at it like this. Is he just a bitter motherfucker? Is he just a bitter motherfucker mad because the chick don't want him no more? Is it that? Or is she the bitter one? Right? Because the dude don't want her no more.
You trying to be jealous and all this.
Exactly. Because if you're dealing with a chick, because if you take your emotions out of it and you take a step back and you kind of peep the scenario and what's going on, you can kind of tell who's the one that's spearheading all of the drama. It's never really equal. Now there could be both people playing into it, but it's never really equal. There's always one person who's really on the most bullshit, right? So you got to take a step back. And if it's the girl that you're seeing that's on the bullshit, do you really want to date this woman seriously? And then be in the middle of that nonsense? And then she gets you in a bind. She gets you in a bind because of the way she acted. That's why that nigga dick bigger than you. That's why that nigga doing this. And the next thing you know, that nigga he got rage towards you because of this shit that this woman is saying, unbeknownst to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because she could be a messy chick. You don't know.
That's what I think. What Miles was saying though, like, and you know what they've been preaching, that vetting process is still there. So during that portion, if I don't see the influence of me onto her, then that's it. Because we're not going to have the issue before I meet the child. Because we're not dealing with the child at all.
Exactly.
So is he there? Yeah. Okay. Well, catch me when he's not. You know, like we're not dealing with the child at all. In the moment where our relationship has progressed to a point where we're moving like that, and I don't see her acting like that already. You know, because before you hear through the conversations, oh, he never does this and da 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 and woody woody whoop and da 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 and blasey blah blasey blah. Well, if that doesn't calm down to a point where, you know, I understand the discussions now. Hey, you were right. You know, I just told him go ahead and do this with him, and then drop him off during this time, and it'll be cool. Like if that doesn't calm down, then I'm with you. Like, hey, this can't be. I'm not going to be in a continuous messy situation. So I think that vetting process when they do have a child is also a time where you can influence, not meet, but just influence until you want to.
All right, so let's get to the next question. This is it. We're gonna wrap this one up. We in overtime already. So he says, what causes not knowing what to say during conversation? Even when I'm not nervous, I can't keep a meaningful conversation going. Number one, fam, we're not you. We don't know why you have issues, why you personally have issues talking to women. So I will tell you this, okay, for all you guys that kind of feel like him, the real reason why you said you're not nervous, but you are, right? And I'm going to show you how you're nervous, because whatever reason you approach that woman, why don't you just tell her that reason?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whether it's to offer a date or whether it's to smash or a combination of the two. If you just were transparent and forthright with what it is you really want from that woman, there will be no awkwardness, there will be no dead air and all that other shit, because as soon as you tell that woman what it is you're trying to do with her, she's going to let you know.
That's it.
Pretty quickly, what's up?
Yeah, because y'all talking about all this conversational shit. You shouldn't be talking that much anyway. If you tell her what you really want, you shouldn't be really doing too much talking.
That was my question. How long is your conversations?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Get in and get out.
What are you talking about? Goddamn time. Like, what are y'all talking about all this long time?
Yeah. And let me just say this real quick. When y'all very first meet women face to face, 5 minutes is a long time. I said this before. I want you guys to pick up your phone, set the timer for 5 minutes, and just start talking in a voice recorder. Then what you're going to find as you're listening to it, you're going to be like, God damn, I'm trying to listen to myself talk. It's only been 2 minutes. Okay, it's a long fucking time.
Facts.
So now, can you have a 10, 15, 20-minute conversation with a woman and you lose track of time? You're like, I've been talking for this bitch. It only seemed like it's a couple minutes. Just because the conversation is flowing. It's flowing, and you guys actually are enjoying each other's company for that brief period of time. But if you look up and don't know what to say, and you feel like it's been an eon and you still talking, that means that you are a horrible leader when it comes to dictating the pace and flow of that conversation. Get to the point, say what needs to be said, get in and get the fuck out.
That's it.
On that note, before we leave, I know you got something you want to plug, fam.
Yes, sir. We're going to plug that soap again, man. Make sure you holler at the soap. And starting July 1st, we have the $1 Masculine Identity Membership Summer Sale. You can get on the Masculine Identity Membership for $1. Just put in the discount code SUMMER on the checkout page. Put in the discount word SUMMER on the checkout page starting July 1st. Starting July 1st. Make sure you guys get on that, man. And yeah, you know, good to see you, Jay Roman. It's been a minute. And shout out to K-Zag for having me on once again. Do appreciate it.
Yeah,
No
thanks.
problem.
Like always, man, Zach. I appreciate you having me on, and I'm excited because I'm working on some stuff.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be coming out pretty soon. Me and Zach, we putting together a whole program. It's gonna kind of kickstart my membership up, and it ain't gonna be for everyone. It's not gonna be for everyone here. It's gonna be for a certain crowd, and we were talking we're talking about a lot of that crowd today.
Right.
It's gonna be a certain crowd where, you know, we know what we did, but it's time to correct it. And
there you
let's
go.
see how we can help and do it. So, you know, and that's all I'm gonna give right now. And you
And
know, I'm getting excited for it.
Yeah, and when we get ready to roll it out and we got that time, then we'll go ahead and get more into depth as to what that is and all of that. But guys, like the video, share the video, like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate all y'all being here. We appreciate the lovely Renee P. Thank you, baby girl. Appreciate you and all that you do. I'm gonna get with you on the back end, Renee P. I gotta send you something. It won't be me, but I'll send you something. You know what I'm saying, for show my appreciation for you and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry I won't be in that package. Package.
Accept it from all of us, you know.
There you go. So anyway, man, appreciate y'all. Tomorrow, the Real Game No Theory podcast, 11 a.m. Central, 12 noon. Right? Come fuck with us. We'll see you then. Peace.